Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I want to talk about how the narcissist gets their strength, because this is really important. And a lot of people, they just look specifically at the narcissist and what the narcissist does and how the narcissist treats you bad or judges you or doesn't validate you and all these other things. But what you have to understand with a narcissist, okay? A narcissist generally can't stand alone. What does that mean? A narcissist looks to outsiders, or what we call their support system, the flying monkeys, to validate them. Because deep down, a narcissist has a very fragile ego, okay? They don't think much of themselves because they've been broken down, usually a lot of times in their childhood. They endured child abuse, or they were in a, toxic environment growing up, or they were the golden child. But in any event, the narcissist, okay, needs validation from outsiders. So they're always going to have people around them that will back them up. That is really important to the narcissist, to know that they have that support system. Those flying monkeys that are going to say, yeah, you're right. Or, the narcissist is going to play the victim to their support system, the flying monkeys. They're going to switch up the story, give a story to the flying monkeys about how they're the victim in the relationship and, how you treated them poorly and it's all your fault. And the flying monkeys are going to back them up. Now, why do the flying monkeys back them up? It could be that you're just dealing with flying monkeys that are just unaware of the whole situation. They're only hearing one side of a story. Or you could be dealing with these outsiders or flying monkeys that basically don't like you. So they're going to back up the narcissist. They are going to, tell the narcissist, you're right. I don't know how you deal with that person. They are crazy. They are sensitive. There's something wrong with them. They love to say there's something wrong with you if you don't agree with them, okay? But the flying monkeys, if they don't like you, they are going to also manipulate the narcissist and give the narcissist their juice. What does that mean? They give the narcissist their strength to treat you even more lousy than how they originally thought of you, okay? It's like there was an example a long time ago where there was somebody on a subway that was with a bunch of kids, okay? That, they were like a gang of kids, and one of the kids ended up stabbing this person, okay? They didn't just try the person who stabbed the other person on the subway. They charged everybody, because if not for the support of these outsiders, that person would not have had the courage or strength to have stabbed that person. So they actually inflicted, they were the support system to have caused that damage or that homicide in the subway. And it's kind of similar to when we talk about a narcissist and the flying monkeys. And if you're married to a narcissist, or you're in a serious relationship with a narcissist, their flying monkeys could be their family and friends. It could be a mother-in-law. It could be a father-in-law. It could be, siblings. It could be outsiders that are attached to the narcissist and will always back the narcissist because they have a personal interest in backing the narcissist, okay? Maybe the narcissist, they have more advantage to back the narcissist, so they're going to tell them, yes, you're right. Or maybe they just don't like you, okay? For whatever reason, the flying monkeys could be jealous or envious of you. So what do these outsiders do? They fire up the narcissist, okay? And the narcissist feels justified in treating you less than you should be treated because of the support of these flying monkeys, okay? That's why I tell you, when you get in a serious relationship with somebody, you better look at the outsiders that they surround themselves with or are close to. It could be their family. They could have a toxic parent that doesn't like you for whatever reason. It could be a jealous sister-in-law. It could be just a friend of theirs that doesn't like you and doesn't want you in the picture. And the narcissist will be influenced by these people because a narcissist doesn't generally stand alone. They need that validation from these outside people. So what does that mean? That means that you're not just dealing with a narcissist where you could sit down and reason with them when you have a disagreement. A narcissist will never see your side of a story unless it's going to benefit them in some way. And on top of you sitting there trying to, work things out or resolve conflict with the narcissist, in the narcissist ear is what the flying monkeys had talked to them about previously. So now the narcissist is thinking about all these things these flying monkeys or outsiders have said about you, and if it's negative comments or they were judging you or anything to that effect, it's going to give the narcissist more strength in being more abusive to you. This is, what you have to understand. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you're generally not just dealing with the narcissist. You're dealing with those outside people that influence the narcissist. Because deep down, a narcissist is unsure of themselves, okay? Maybe they were growing up, they were always told they did things wrong, they doubt themselves. This is why they don't even want to validate you, okay? Because to validate you is another tear to their own ego, and they just can't deal with the shame. As it is, they have a low sense of self, okay? That's why they always need the validation from the outsiders. That's why some narcissists, when they go to a party or they go to a room, they've got to be the center of attention. They've got to be cracking jokes. They've got to have everybody's admiration of them, okay? Very important to them. Very few narcissists will be like, well, I don't care what anybody thinks. A narcissist generally cares about appearances. Even covert narcissists, they care about appearance, okay? They care about how people look at them. Are they smart? Are they successful? Are they attractive? So the complicated thing is when you deal with a narcissist, you are not just dealing with them, you're dealing with these outside influences, and it's very, very difficult if you're having trouble with the narcissist and they're being pumped up by these outsiders. You have to say to yourself, if you can't get along with these outsiders and the narcissist is, thinking, well, so-and-so, even my mother said, she's no good or he's no good, and they value what other people think, then it's going to be a very difficult road for you to deal with a narcissist that has strong flying monkeys that are, fire starters. And this can break up marriages. This happens all the time when outsiders get involved. It takes a very strong, if you don't get along with the other people in someone's life, your partner's life, okay? If you don't get along with them, you've got to have a very strong partner that can see right from wrong, okay? And that generally is not a narcissist, because a narcissist is going to do whatever they can do for their own benefit, okay? A narcissist lacks empathy. So they're not going to be empathetic to your concerns or, when you try to put up boundaries or something. They're not going to like boundaries, okay? A lot of them won't deal with it. A lot of them will stonewall you. They'll give you the silent treatment. And all of this is abuse to break you down, okay? They're trying to break you down. And why do they do that? Because they want the control in the relationship, okay? If you continue to bring something up that they don't like or they have to take accountability, guess what they're going to do? They're going to shut you down. They're going to say, I don't want to talk about this and walk out of the room, okay? Or they're going to give you the silent treatment for a couple days, a couple weeks, or sometimes longer. And this is their way to abuse you. It's emotional abuse, to abuse you to the point where you're begging at your knees and you go to the narcissist and say, can we talk, or this or that? Okay? The minute that you do that, the narcissist knows they got you. Okay? They know that they could pull this crap every time and you're going to come back running. At some point, you've got to take a stand. You've got to respect yourself and you've got to take a stand. And when somebody is disrespectful or somebody will not engage in conversation with you and they decide to go silent on you, well, then you know what you do? You let them be in silence, okay? You want to be silent? You don't want to discuss the issue? Great, okay? Let me enjoy my silence and my peace here, okay? Because you're not taking any kind of accountability. But when you decide that you want to come back and you want to talk about things, okay, and when the narcissist comes back, guess what? They don't even bring up the problem, okay? Because to bring up the problem, they would have to face shame, which they can't do. So they come back after no contact or the silent treatment and they make like nothing happened, okay? But it's up to you at that point to decide, well, do I want to deal with this person? Okay. Because are they going to keep pulling this every time I confront them? They're going to keep giving me the silent treatment. Okay. Don't make yourself so accessible that they think that they can give you the silent treatment and come back, whatever it is, 2 weeks, a month later. And you know what? You're available. Because if you make yourself too accessible, they do it on their terms. You have to do it on your terms, what works for you. And when they come back, you can't just let them sweep it under the rug, okay? Unless you're dealing with somebody who could be violent, then you don't cause sparks, okay? For your own personal safety. You just make a mental note of it and you have a plan to get out. You don't try to incite somebody, for instance, that is a malignant narcissist that could be dangerous, all right? You don't go toe-to-toe with a malignant narcissist because you could be putting yourself at physical harm. But if you're not dealing with somebody that you have to worry could physically harm you, okay, when they come back after the silent treatment, then you confront them with the original issue and you let them know that, you know what? If we can't, acknowledge the problem, we can't fix the problem. And this is a huge thing that goes on. This is why a lot of relationships, people get in arguments, they take a break or they stop talking, they get back together, and guess what happens? They're good for a little while, but then the problem happens again, okay? It happens again. That's why people, they have all these arguments. They get back together, they break up, they get back, because they're never resolving the conflict, okay? But I went off on a little bit of a tangent on that, but the main issue with this podcast is to make you guys aware that when you're dealing with somebody who could be narcissistic, all right, understand, okay, you guys, understand that they're outsiders, they're flying monkeys. The people that are important in their life, their friends, their family, maybe their coworkers, that they sit there and talk to them about you, okay, these people are going to have an influence on the narcissist. And not only that, one other thing I want to mention as well, when it comes to all of that, a narcissist, okay, like I said, they can't stand alone and they will always need that outside validation, but a narcissist also gets validated by numbers. What does that mean? That means that if they have 10 different people telling them, no, you're right, that person's crazy, I don't know why you're in a relationship with him or her, I wouldn't deal with that. The more people that validate them, the stronger they're in their, they feel within themselves and their conviction of you, all right? So realize that when you are dealing with a narcissist, You're not just dealing with the narcissist. You're dealing with their support system, the flying monkeys that will have a huge impact on how the narcissist deals with you and how the narcissist will treat you. Okay? I hope that helps you. If it did, please hit the subscribe button and please share the podcast. Have a great day, you guys. If you're having trouble in your relationship, or maybe you're dealing with somebody who's a narcissist and you're really confused, you don't know what to do, you need some advice or some clarity, well, I offer email and also phone coaching. Please go to the podcast description for the link on how to get email or phone coaching, or maybe you just have a question that you need answered. All questions will be answered confidentially, so go to the podcast description where it tells you how Yaz can answer your questions. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Hi, you guys. I just want to make you aware that the Game Exposed podcast now has their merchandise available. You can check out the link in the podcast description. There's hoodies, there's sweatpants, there's t-shirts, there's cool hats. So go check it out. Link is in the podcast description. And follow Yaz on Instagram at dating_advice_Yaz.